The woman in the wilderness takes off her undershirt and then quickly pulls down her pants. But then she puts on her heavy boots, gets up and warms up, and finally strides into the newly melted ice water. But as soon as she entered the water, she regretted it. The cold water of the lake made her shiver, and soon her hands and feet were frozen. She had no choice but to swim back to the shore, slapping the cold water away from her body and then jumping and jumping to try to warm herself up. Even though the water was freezing cold, the woman didn't give up on the idea of going into the water, and soon she came up with another idea. She then picked up some strong roots and placed them neatly side by side, then tore off the bandage from her boyfriend's leg and wrapped it around the roots to make a perfect raft. With great anticipation, the woman struggled to lift the raft. But as soon as the raft looked perfect, it fell apart when she pushed on it. When she comes to her senses, she realizes that the only way to call for help is to take out the communicator at the bottom of the lake. Soon she made a bold decision, then buttoned up her shirt and wrapped herself tightly around it, then found a piece of deadwood to use as a buoy and determinedly stepped out into the freezing water. The woman could not help but shiver when she got into the water, but this time she not only did not flinch, but gritted her teeth and stomped her legs to swim toward the center of the lake. After determining the approximate location of the woman, took a deep breath and plunged headfirst into the cold water of the lake and then dived down vigorously. When she reached a depth of 15 meters, a crashed plane appeared in front of her. The woman swam to the cockpit and tried to take out the communicator inside, but to her surprise, the radio was already nailed to the cabin and would not budge even if she tried to break it. But the 15-meter depth of the water quickly suffocated the woman. The woman grabbed the 2 bags in the cabin and finally managed to swim out of the water before she suffocated. But the cold water of the lake had already frozen her. The woman grabbed the deadwood and wrapped the parcels around each end of the deadwood, then half laying on the water, she swam toward the shore. Suddenly, she heard a strange sound coming from the shore. She turned her head to see the scene in front of her eyes, but it made her eyes wide open. An adult brown bear suddenly appeared on the shore. It, sensitive of sense of smell, quickly found the boyfriend's body sniffing and gnawing on it, obviously out to forage. But the bear didn't seem to be interested in the body and soon left. After the bear left, the woman climbed ashore with great difficulty. The first thing she needs to do is to get rid of the body, otherwise she's likely to attract another animal. So she drags him into the forest and buries him briefly, then returns to camp to dispose of the contents of her pack. She must find something useful to survive in the wilderness. It was like opening a blind box. The first package was nothing but computers and cables. Soon she pulled open another package, and the contents were wrapped in a mysterious red bag. When she tore it open, wads of money fell out. The woman looked at the banknotes in her hand and had a bold idea.